Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. Liz and Jason compare notes. Sonny wants answers. Valentine has a close call. Carly overhears useful intel, and Brad issues a request. Read the last GH recap. Carly snooped at Jax, Ava caught Valentine at Windermere, and Alexis backed out of exposing Willow at the trial. Carly scrambles to hide in Jack's room when she hears Britt and Jack talking outside. They head in and she rushes to get into a robe. Britt says she can't sneak anything to him. Jack reminds her her options are limited. She knows, but Sidwell wants her to finish her work on Spoon Island. Carly is shocked by all she's hearing and groans. Jack hears something and grabs his gun. He runs into the bathroom with the gun, terrifying her. She claims she was only there to give him a sexy surprise. Jack stumbles over telling her he's realized how deeply he's fallen for her. She's the smartest and sexiest woman he's ever known. He's texted back to work. On Spoon Island, Valentine looks over the fireplace. Ava arrives and says she got rid of the trigger to the passageway. Does Jens know he's harboring a fugitive? She wonders if he's been there since he escaped. He tries making small talk and sends his love to Nina. He admires all the redecorating and he wishes he could stick around to ride. Valentine tells her that Sidwell doesn't want the WSB to know he's hiding him. When she turns to call for Pascal, he disappears. Anna struggles with Pascal in a bid to escape but fails. A man shows up and they conk her out. Sidwell joins them and the accomplice says Anna still has no idea where she is or who is holding her. Sidwell sends Pascal away, then justifies how he has been handling things. The man reminds Sidwell they need to focus on completing Faison's work. They also need a permanent solution for Anna, one which doesn't include keeping her there. Sidwell doesn't think they can rely on Britt, but the man insists they need her knowledge. They ponder what to do with Anna and if she's more trouble than she's worth. Pascal goes upstairs and tells Ava that Sidwell will be indisposed for some time and she needs to go. She asks him to tell his boss that she knows about his house guest and she doesn't mean Lucas. Pascal goes back downstairs and informs his boss that Ava needs to speak to him. The man tells Pascal Anna will not be there for much longer and orders him to stick to the protocol. Anna comes to and yells, "What do you want?" She collapses when she tries to stand. When she gets up, blood starts running from her nose. "Oh God, no!" she gasps. Sidwell rushes up to see Ava and she explains she ran into his house guest. "Pardon me?" he asks. He's surprised when she asks him if it's a good idea to help Valentine. He makes it clear that Valentine is not his guest. Sidwell asks her not to mention this to anyone. She says he can count on her. The man goes to Jack's room. He's Colum, the directors of the WSB. He announces they've lost Anna. Valentine returns to the attic and fills Carly in on Ava catching him. He says that the authorities already know he's around and Sidwell will never go to the police. Whatever Jack is hiding is on Spoon Island. Jason stops by GH looking for Britt. He runs into Liz, who suspects he's upset with her for having compassion for Willow. He's not angry. They wonder how the trial closed and hope the jury comes back soon. They still don't know who shot Drew, but Jason is sure he brought it on himself. They wonder why Willow went back to him and what that means for her kids. Jason talks about how hard all of this has been on Danny. Drew refuses to allow him see Scout. Liz hopes Willow's influence can soften the congressman. As soon as she gets back to work, Brad gets in Jason's face and orders him to stay away from Britt. He's already broken her heart twice. Jason doesn't want to hurt her. Brad says he hurts her every time he rescues her and makes her believe she can count on him. Britt interrupts. Jason asks her for a minute, but Brad insists she's not interested. Nonetheless, Britt agrees to step aside with Jason and smiles when he awkwardly asks her out. She says she won't jump into bed with him. He liked seeing her on New Year's and would like to see her again. When she asks where they will go, he says she will have to trust him. Meanwhile, Brad and Liz talk about what a disaster Britt getting together with Jason would be. The nurse says they shouldn't get involved. Alexis arrives in her office, where Sonny is waiting for her. She assumes he's there because she implicated Michael in a crime he didn't commit. They bicker about why she threw suspicion on his son. She's sorry. That's not giving him any comfort. The lawyer insists she did this for Scout. She worries that Drew will warp Scout against the rest of her family. Sonny points out someone is going to have to take the fall for Drew's shooting. Alexis insists she had a duty to exonerate her client. He assures her she hasn't lost his friendship. That's more than she hoped for. They agree that Scout deserves to be raised by someone better than Drew. Returning to the court case, he repeats she was only doing her job. He doesn't think Willow is capable of shooting Drew. Alexis asks what happens if she did it. Sonny says good people can be pushed to do bad things. General Hospital spoilers update for Wednesday, January 14th, reveals that there'll be fears about Michael Corinthos' nightmare beginning while Brad Cooper finds that he can't stop Jason Morgan. Ava Jerome will also taunt Valentine Cassadine, so some twists and turns are brewing on the ABC soap. When Jason stops by GH, he'll speak with Elizabeth Baldwin and most likely get her take on whether Willow Kane will be acquitted. Liz may admit it's looking that way after Alexis Davis' excellent defense of Willow. As for Sonny Corinthos, he'll lash out at Alexis Davis for playing up Michael as her main shooter suspect in court. Sonny will apparently argue that if Willow walks free, they're going to need a fall guy to make sure Michael's own legal woes disappear. Guilt-ridden Alexis will struggle since she now knows Michael is innocent and Willow really did pull the trigger on Drew Kane twice. If Willow gets a not guilty verdict, ADA Justine Turner will investigate Michael and could unleash his worst nightmare. That'll leave Alexis feeling terrible about the position she was forced into when she defended Willow despite knowing the truth in the end. At Windermere, Ava will taunt Valentin now that she's discovered him on the property. Valentin will apparently get a chance to walk out of there, but it looks like Ava will still blab to Jen Sidwell about what she witnessed eventually. In Jack Brennan's hotel suite, Carly Spencer will keep listening in on his discussion with Britt Westbourne. Carly will get all the news she can regarding Britt's mission and Brennan's demand for lab data. Of course, Carly's presence in Brennan's bathroom will ultimately deliver a shock and provoke his wrath. Brennan will fume over Carly sneaking in without him knowing about it and worry about just how much she overheard. Carly may pretend she didn't hear a thing and insist she thought it'd be a romantic surprise. Since Carly is currently in a robe, she may try to seduce Brennan into forgiving her and moving past all this. Instead, Brennan may act like he doesn't have time and could perhaps send Carly away. Carly may sense Brennan's chilly demeanor and fear she's blown it when she takes alarming updates to Valentine in her attic later. Back at the hospital, Jason will have a run-in with Brad. Although Brad will want Jason to stay away from Britt, Jason obviously won't be scared of Brad or even think this is any of his business. Britt can decide for herself whether she wants to hang out with Jason, so Jason will ask her out on a date and get her approval. Jason will take Britt out for some hatchet-throwing fun soon, so Brad won't be pleased about that. As for Anna Devane, she just snatched Pascal's gun, but her getaway plot may come with more snags. It appears Sidwell may bring a doctor to check on Anna since she's been griping about needing phlebotomy treatments. Instead of finding an ailing Anna like they expect, they might see her armed or even find her prison living quarters empty. However, General Hospital spoilers say Sidwell has a backup plan and will put it to good use soon enough, so Anna may be thrown for a loop before she can get too far. General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 19th to 23rd reveal that fans will see the fallout of Willow Kane's verdict as ADA Justine Turner makes her next move. Sonny Corinthos will also strike back, so let's discuss what's coming up. For starters, Willow's verdict will make some serious waves in Port Charles. There'll obviously be a mixed reaction once Willow learns whether she'll be going to prison or walking out of that courtroom a free woman. It looks like the jury will determine that Willow is not guilty. GH spoilers point to Willow's acquittal, which should leave her relieved along with Drew Kane. Of course, Drew will think this is the first step toward a happy ending with Willow. We'll see Drew make more promises about getting Willow's kids back and becoming a blissful family under one roof. Willow will continue to manipulate Drew for now, so she may celebrate her exoneration with him as she plots her next steps. At some point, Willow may track Harrison Chase down and thank him for everything he did to make her freedom possible. Chase really came through when he uncovered Jacinda Bracken's night with Ezra Boyle, which proved Michael Corinthos was lying about his alibi. That marked a turning point in Willow's case, so she may thank Chase for being her hero. Alexis Davis may get more gratitude as well, but she'll feel awful about helping guilty Willow avoid prison. Once ADA Turner is focusing on Michael as her next suspect, Alexis will feel even worse. Michael will end up under fire due to his lies and mistakes, so he'll land at the center of a deeper investigation that ADA Turner pushes for. Sonny will strike back at Justin, but he'd better be prepared since there'll be some bold power plays on both sides. As for Nina Reeves, she'll no doubt be relieved for Willow, but she'll keep an eye on Drew and worry about any other bad news that might be brewing. Nina doesn't know it yet, but she definitely has a good reason to worry since Willow truly is Drew's shooter. The countdown is on when it comes to when Drew will remember Willow fired at him twice that night. Meanwhile, Carly Spencer may warn Jason Morgan to steer clear of Britt Westbourne after overhearing Britt's enlightening conversation with Jack Brennan about all the Jen Sidwell drama. Jason may admit he already knows some of the story and refuse to judge Britt for the corner she's been backed into. Unfortunately, Britt will decide for herself to push Jason away after Marco Rios makes more trouble for her. It'll leave Britt ready to shut Jason out for his own good, but he won't give up on their connection. Finally, General Hospital spoilers say Portia Robinson will work on mending her relationship with Trina Robinson, so stay tuned for updates on any progress she might make. General Hospital spoilers suggest that Willow Kane may face Drew Kane's blackmail plot, so her far-from-finished marriage hint could bring disaster. Willow has been playing the long game when it comes to Drew since she knows having him as her husband is helpful to her case. It's been good for the jury to see Willow as a devoted, loving wife, one who claims she'd never shoot her hero. In reality, Willow is guilty of pulling the trigger on Drew twice and certainly doesn't love him anymore. At this point, Willow just wants to get exonerated and then focus on whatever's next in her quest for visitation or even custody rights. Although Willow obviously doesn't intend to live happily ever after with Drew, she's not done scheming either. Willow has the upper hand at the moment since Drew thinks she's crazy about him and doesn't believe she's capable of trying to wipe him out. In GH's January 12th episode, Nina Reeves talked to Willow about the possibility of dumping Drew. As far as Nina's concerned, a divorce would help Willow's custody case in the end. However, Willow hinted that cutting ties with Drew wouldn't be simple. Drew and Willow are far from finished according to Willow, so that line could have a bit of a double meaning. Willow isn't done playing Drew yet and may have a plan on how to handle him. Drew survived Willow's gunshots, but she could still have some vengeful misery in store. Of course, Willow may lose her advantage once Drew ultimately experiences total recall. There's bound to be a scene ahead that involves Drew's missing memory rushing back and the horrifying realization that Willow is the true shooter. Once Drew makes that shocking discovery, it's sure to be a game-changer in this storyline. That could throw off Willow's plot and bring a whole new meaning to that far-from-finished clue. Drew may decide that he should be in the driver's seat when it comes to this marriage and when it ends. Willow could face a roadblock if Drew tries to blackmail her into staying married due to his own twisted motives. Whether it's about revenge, control, or thinking he can win Willow over again, Drew may pump the brakes on a divorce. Willow may get away with shooting Drew in the courtroom, but Drew could threaten a flood of negative media attention if she tries to leave him. Drew could go public with his story and influence the judge who decides whether Willow can see her children. Drew is even capable of bribing or threatening that judge instead. Jen Sidwell was responsible for bribing and killing Judge Horan, but Drew could deal with the next judge and promise awful consequences for Willow. If Drew backs Willow into a blackmail corner, it could lengthen this GH storyline and leave Willow desperate for a way out of this mess. General Hospital spoilers hint that Pascal might shoot Valentine Cassadine and leave Anna Devane shocked as her escape goes wrong. GH recently released a preview video for the week of January 12th to 16th that shows Anna struggling with armed Pascal on the floor. There'll be a major showdown as Anna tries to make a getaway, so she'll ambush Pascal and wrestle with him over the gun. In the promo, the door's wide open, and that could pave the way for a very familiar face to pop up at that exact moment. It looks like Anna's escape attempt may be part of the Friday cliffhanger, so the show's about to ramp up the drama. We also know from spoilers that Anna will face a shocker on January 16th, so it all lines up for a stunning twist. Since it looks like Valentine will hide out on Spoon Island next, will he appear in the doorway and deliver that shocker we mentioned? That could give Valentine the opportunity to either come to Anna's rescue or perhaps become an unintended victim. It's worth mentioning that in the preview video, a gunshot is seemingly fired during Anna's struggle with Pascal. The promo also shows Pascal's gun angled upward, so there's the potential for a bullet to fly right past Anna and straight into Valentine. Valentine might end up at Jen Sidwell's mercy when it comes to needing medical attention. Britt Westbourne might even get dragged into this and end up summoned to help Valentine. As for Anna, she could be distracted long enough to stick around and make sure Valentine is okay. Anna still cares about Valentine and might refuse to leave him as she fights to stop the bleeding. That could help Sidwell regain the upper hand on Anna since we know her escape attempt won't be the end of the storyline. Sidwell will soon put a backup plan in motion, but we'll see if Valentine might get tangled up in this mess first. Whatever the case, General Hospital spoilers say Anna's getaway plan will lead to some chaotic news, so stick with us for updates on all the excitement. General Hospital spoilers reveal that we have to ask, is Molly Lansing Davis's miraculous pregnancy story brewing? Could Cody Bell face a baby daddy shocker? Ever since Cody made his debut in Port Charles, he's struggled with self-doubt. Cody definitely has some confidence issues and often has a hard time seeing himself as a good person. In reality, Cody is a great guy, even if he makes mistakes from time to time. Molly is clearly attracted to Cody's big heart and all the wonderful qualities he brings to the table. GEH viewers have also seen Cody essentially in dad mode with James West since he was a fill-in father while Nathan West was gone. Uncle Cody's scenes with James are always adorable and prove he knows what he's doing when it comes to kids. Of course, it's different when you have a kid of your own to worry about. Cody might fly into panic mode if Molly has a miracle baby ahead of her and ends up giving him updates on some stunning news. Molly and Cody have already had multiple passionate encounters, but even more are on the way. These two can't get enough of each other, so maybe all that steaminess could lead to a pregnancy curveball. Between Molly's medical woes and the heartbreaking surrogacy mess that went down with Christina Corinthos Davis, Molly has perhaps given up on motherhood by now. Although Molly doesn't think it's a possibility for her, a soapy miracle might be in her future. If anyone's going to help make Molly a mom, perhaps it should be Cody. Both Cody and Molly have been through a lot over the years, so maybe this could be a turning point and give them some joint happiness. However, there could be some scary moments in the meantime since Molly's pregnancy would come with plenty of risks. Even if a miracle baby becomes a possibility, Molly and Cody might have to fret over whether she can actually bring their little one into the world. GH preview spoilers for 2026 suggest Molly's new book will lead to problems in her relationship. Molly and Cody may have more humorous hurdles to conquer, but a baby would be a path to some real drama for a change. Do you think Cody and Molly should start a family together? Could a surprise miracle baby kick off some bigger plans for Molly and Cody? General Hospital spoilers report Maxie Jones is headed back to GH this year, and the rumors are telling that event is coming sooner rather than later. Say, before spring. But right alongside it flows a rumor that a current leading man is going to die soon. While many ideas have been floated from Dante Falconeri to Drew Kane to Sonny Corinthos, if you've been feeling like things between Maxie and Spinelli are a little lackluster, that's because they are. There's something so emotionally charged about pent-up, unacknowledged, potentially unrequited love. We coasted on the fumes of Spinelli's love for Maxie for years as she moved on with her life seemingly like he wasn't the one. Even when she got back together with him, it wasn't all that climactic. Since then, we've waited on a proposal that never came. Instead, the most gusto and excitement in Maxie's life has revolved around her relationships with other men, like Nathan West and even Peter August. Suffice it to say, while I love Spinelli, I might have liked him more when he was a nerdy hacker who worked on the wrong side of the law with Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos. Pulling shifts as a soccer dad hasn't been as exciting for a soap drama. Nathan is back, and most fans are going to want to see that storyline play out. Having Spinelli in the picture complicates things and leaves us feeling as torn between them as she would be with Spinelli primarily being shelved anyway if she explores her love for Nathan. It makes sense that he might have to go away in some context. Picture it. Maxie wakes up completely torn between two men she loves, Spinelli and Nathan. That might be the way of things, and she could lose Spinelli afterward, leaving her grieving and unable to love Nathan the right way. This might sound familiar to Danet and Lulu Spencer fans. But this could play out another way with Spinelli saving Maxie's life. We know the coma she's sitting in is a result of a heart attack she had while on Heart and Home. The heart B.J. Jones gave her all those years ago is wearing out, leaving Maxie at risk of needing a new heart. Might the heart she keeps forever come from Spinelli on his way out? Stay tuned for more GH news and spoilers to find out, and bring tissues.